It was a time of death and terror, an ancient time. Terror! It was impossible. It was almost impossible to find even a piece of bread.
Yes.
But even if you found it was so hard it would break all your teeth. Still, some people will kill for a piece of bread. In this time of terror, there was only one solution. Build villages. That's right. Build villages. Build them. Find them. You will build villages and create a beautiful civilization. Build villages. And it will build and it will build.
Is the actor okay?
Welcome back to I Teacher, She Wins. Again, an episode from Italy with our exclusive guest, Antonio, aka the Hippo Beard.
Hello everybody.
Alright, today we are here to review another amazing game by Daily Magic Games. What is the name of the game?
Villages of Valeria.
Alright, Valeria, the name is similar. Why?
Because it's the same of the series of Quest of Valeria.
Yeah, and
Kingdoms
of Valeria.
Yeah,
anyway,
Kingdoms.
there is the Saga of Valeria. Yes. Okay. Designed by whom?
Designed by Valerio and Holzgreif.
Alright, so a Spanish and a German last name.
Yeah.
That's what we think. And we are European, forgive us. So, the art. First thing, the art.
The art is amazing and is made by the awesomely talented
We love you.
Mihail.
You can know the first name. My God, this is a good guest.
I can't remember the last name.
Dimitrescu. There you go.
Dimitrescu.
We are big fan. We really are big fan. And my question is, what is your favorite card, for instance?
The Necromancer. I love this tall and pale guy with the skeleton hand, which also has a good ability for the game.
Yes. My favorite one is the Summoner. Great blue kind of werewolf like screaming and amazing ability. You'll see. My God. Okay. First, categorize the game.
It's a card game, basically, in which you build a city. So it's a part card game, part a city building game.
Yes.
You have to draft the cards because you have different buildings which you draft. So you can take them from other players to prevent them from using them.
Yes, and there is a component of managing.
Yeah, you manage your hand, your resources, because unlike the other Valeria game, you have Quest of Valeria, you have gold tokens, little gold tokens, and just like the other Quest of Valeria game, each card has a different unique power.
Yes, so variable player powers, yes, correct. So that's a type of, there is a take that component too, like stealing gold from each other, blocking your card, or playing that juicy action where the other player cannot follow. Mm-hmm. You know, there is we just play a game, it was very exciting. At some point he ran out the bank from money, so I couldn't get any more gold when I needed it. Awesome, he's a genius. And I was like, hey, it's your first game, you're gonna be fine. You destroyed me, but whatever. I teach her, you win it. Okay, quickly the rules. You win, there are two types of cards, adventurers and villages. And the villages cards are multifunctional. It's not the first time that we see with Daily Magic Games multifunctional cards. I'm thinking about Food Truck Champion, for instance. Village card can be used as villages or as resources. By accumulating adventurer cards and villages cards, you accumulate victory points. When somebody lay down in his play area 12 cards, the game is over. Whoever's got the most victory points, and gold counts as 1 victory point per piece, wins the game. On any player's turn, that player can lead an action. Another beauty of the game, always continuous interaction among players. I lead an action, you can follow. Your turn, lead an action, follow, and so on. There are 5 types of action. Harvesting. You harvest, you draw a card. The player leading draw 3 cards. There is a common area with 5 adventurer cards face up and 5 villages cards face up, continuously replaced if they get taken. But as you will see, villages card will get piled up with other cards as you discard them on top of other cards. So drawing cards from the face up piles or from the villages deck. So drawing from the villages. Players following the action draw only 1 card. If you follow, it costs you a little bit more or is not as effective of a power. First action, harvesting. Second action, developing. Pretty much you take a village card, put it
upside down.
There you go, upside down. Use it to a resource and put it under your castle. Each player starts with a castle which gives you a Y resource. A resource that can be used for anything. There are 4 types of resources: food, wood, stone, and magic. So developing, you put, by discarding 1 card in one of the piles there, you put down on your play area a card to be used as a permanent resource. Other players can follow by discarding 2 cards. Third action, building. Building is the core of the game. You need gold. The players start with 3 golds, and there is a limited amount of gold in the bank according to the number of players. By placing gold on your resource, you get to play 1 card, 1 village card from your hand down as a village. Village have a cost on the left, amount of victory point they give you at the end on the right, and a juicy, unique action that can get immediately activated, or an ongoing action, or at the end of the game action bringing more victory points. Other players can follow your building action. If you're leading the action, not only you build, but you get to draw also 1 card. Other players can only build. They don't get the 1 extra draw. 4 action, recruiting. You can recruit adventurer cards that brings you victory points, and they have a unique ability like villages cards, so there is a whole universe out there. However, adventurers come to your town only if you satisfy certain requirements. So you need to have laid down, to have built certain type of villages matching the corresponding symbols of that adventurer card. If an adventurer card wants to go in a village which has at least 2 worker structure, you need to have 2 worker structure down in your village in order to recruit it. The recruiting cost is 1 gold if you're leading the action, 2 golds if you're following. Mama, that's pretty expensive, so you gotta time that right. Last action, taxing. Taxing is vital. When you tax, if you're leading, you get 1 gold and draw 1 card. Others that follow only draw 1 card. However, and this is the core of the game, but bear in mind each card, adventurer cards are unique. Villages card, there are I think 4 copies for each type of village, but there are so many. So you get to know the different cards. Each card entails a different unique strategy because they can give you power, like as I was saying, immediate power, or every time you build, you get 1 gold. Every time you build, you draw 1 card. By doing so, you develop a continuously different and fresh every time strategy to defeat your opponents. Evil Beard. Pros and cons, since you are a game expert here.
Pros. It's quick. You learn very quickly.
Yes.
Because the rules are simple. Basically, you just have these 5 actions, I think.
Yes, correct. So they allow for a variety of strategies. Each card is unique, but the bone structure of the game is simple.
It's simple, yeah. But there is a lot of strategy because you have to choose which action, since you can choose 1 of these 5 actions each turn.
Yeah, which action I'm going to use.
You have to choose when to choose a particular action, since your opponents can follow you. So maybe you want to build when your opponent doesn't have enough resources to build.
Yes. An interesting twist I didn't say. When you're building, you can also use other players' resources, excluded of course with the exception of the Y resource pertaining to their castle. However, if you do that, you forfeit your piece of gold. While instead, if you build on your own play area, at the beginning of your next turn, it gets refreshed, you keep the gold, and you can build again. But like you said, if I just build and it's your turn, if you build, I'm blocked. Unless I use other people's resources, I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah. So each
continuous interaction among players, and can be played between 1 solo variant.
Oh, of course, you can also play solo.
Yeah, he loves that option.
Yeah.
But it can be between 1 and 5 players, and it really doesn't affect the game. It's still a cool, quick effective game because you are continuously interacting. I do this action, oh man I follow, oh man I cannot follow, alright I'll follow next turn, but bastard, you know, it's a lot of interaction.
So you have to decide each and every turn what to do next, but maybe your opponent is doing something then blocks your choice and whatever. You have to be quick on your thoughts and choose the right action every time.
So it's a game that can be played with a friend just to have some fun, or with sharks and big brains and really squeeze your brain trying to come up with a good result. Yes, the art is appealing, so it's very nice to look at.
Very, very good. Yeah.
Any cons?
Any cons? Well, whatever. When I played, I thought that I was my first game actually, but I think I wasn't building a strategy from the first turn. I was building my strategy from turn to turn. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's hard to have an end game plan.
Okay, so when you start, you're like, okay, some kind of an idea, but it's not like, I know exactly what's going to happen. Okay.
Exactly. Maybe it's because my first game, maybe if you play a lot of
You won, by the way, but maybe it's because it's your first game.
You told me, of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Everybody wins but me, what's wrong with me? And maybe something that I noticed, like we were discussing it before, it's an amazing, perfect blend of several mechanics, which are per se are not the original. Yes. So there is nothing like, oh, never seen anything like that. But all these things put together create a unique blend. So that could be a con too. If you're like looking for mechanics never seen, no, like. So that could be something. Similar games.
Of course, the Quest of Valeria.
Quest of Valeria, the part of the same saga.
Yeah, also mechanics are quite similar.
Yes, here there is the all different component of like kind of worker placement, resource placement and managing, but I can see that too.
Splendor, maybe.
Splendor is much simpler, but the idea of okay, I need this to put down that, I gotta at the same time look at those special cards that are gonna come to me, even though here it costs you an action, so yeah, I can see that. But an amazing job, so that brings me to my final question. Evil Beer, your special rating?
I'd like to give it an 8, but maybe I could give it even more.
Oh my god! So more than an
8 and a half or something like that, because I like it even more than Quest of Valeria, which was a great game, but this adds a little bit.
Yes. He has more spices, yes. Yeah. Quest of Valeria is a great first course. I would say this is a steak.
Yeah.
A steak, okay. So that's a good metaphor for game reviewers. But anyway, so thank you guys for watching us. Thank you Daily Magic Games. Thank you game designers. Quick.
Valerio and Rod Scribe.
Alright, that was good. And our favorite artist?
Mihailo Dimitrevski.
There you go. Thank you guys for Welcome back to...
Wait.